I am here today at Harrisburg's Mikvah. We are at the corner of 4th and Edwin Street, 3601, which, as you can see, it's just a little house on the corner here. And today I wanted to feature Harrisburg's Mikvah because we are going to be celebrating the holiday of Shavuot on Sunday night. And on Shavuot, we traditionally lift up the stories of folks who have converted because we read the story of Ruth, who's known as this paragon of conversion, as she said to her mother-in-law Naomi, "Wherever you go, I will go. My people shall be your people. Your God shall be my God." And so in remembering the story of Ruth, we also lift up those in our own community who have become Jews by choice. And I was so lucky to sit yesterday on a Beit Din for 3 new people who have just joined our community as members of the Jewish community, now full members, having gone through the process of Beit Din and Mikvah. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about that as we go through our Mikvah here in Harrisburg. So we will go into this door, and there is a code for the door. I've already opened it, but I'm not going to show you the code here, but know that you will need one if you need to get in. So here we have a little sitting area where often we will move the chairs around in a circle and sit here and do the Beit Din, which is where 3 people, traditionally rabbis, will sit and ask questions of the person who is seeking membership in the Jewish community, make sure that they're really sincere and really ready for it. And once we determine that they are answering our questions to our satisfaction, we send them out of the room, discuss, make sure we agree, and then we bring them back in and tell them, Mazel Tov, we've decided that you're ready to become part of the Jewish people. And this is, of course, after a process of study and regular service attendance and membership in the Jewish community for some time. And so then here there's this sort of antechamber here in the mikveh here. Just to note, you can, if you're using the mikveh, you can add some cash as a user fee. And again, we're just sort of in the bottom floor of a little house. So once someone has been told that they are ready to continue the process of becoming Jewish, they would come in here to the mikveh. So first of all, there's a little bathroom here, and here you rinse off. Ideally, you're doing some of this at home, but there's a full shower here, and before going in the mikveh, really for any reason, you're meant to fully scrub and wash your body, your hair, comb it out, because the idea is that we want to be as close to ourselves, what we are like when we're born, as we can be, because going to the mikveh is a process of rebirth. So you would make sure to remove any nail polish or makeup, you brush and floss your teeth. You really want to get your body sort of fully cleansed and ready to go into the mikveh. You have a washing cup here, traditional, and the mikveh here so wonderfully provides slippers and a bathrobe and towels if you need, but you can also bring your own. So once you're all ready like that, you would come through here, just across this passageway, and there's some dials in here to make sure that the appropriate drains and heating systems are on, which sometimes they are not, and then the water can be very cold. But we're lucky that it's sort of a properly pool-like system. So anyway, here is the mikveh itself. If you've not been here, so that traditionally there are 7 steps going down, and then a person would go all the way down into the mikveh, and then here are the blessings on the wall that you would say when you are doing your immersion. Traditionally, you immerse 1 time if you're converting to Judaism, which means you have to go all the way under the water with the water touching every part of your body. And someone will usually stand outside to just check that your head went fully under. And then you say, now that you've sort of immersed once to make yourself an official Jew, you say a blessing, and then you traditionally immerse 2 more times, that number 3 cycle of completion. And of course, you can use the mikveh for a number of reasons. The other most common reason to use it is for Taharat HaMishpacha, family purity rituals. As you can see, there is another shower here as well. You can use that to rinse off after using the mikvah, but really the main thing we expect is for people to rinse off before using it, just to help keep the pool clean. Mikvah is meant to be from a natural body of water, so we use collected rainwater to fulfill that obligation. And just to go back, family purity laws are about the sexual relations between partners and concerning menstruation. So Judaism doesn't allow sexual relations during menstruation, and so to mark the end of that period and a return to relations, we use the mikvah. But there are other reasons you can use the mikvah as well. People sometimes use it for getting prepared spiritually for holidays. It's a tradition for some men in religious communities to use it before Shabbat, and among many to use it before the high holidays of Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, etc. So that has been a tour of our Harrisburg Mikvah. If you need to use it, I believe Kesher Israel generally runs it, Varda Gewurz especially, and there is a phone number online to reach out if you would like to use it and get the code, obviously, and figure out the proper protocols for using it. But there are many different ways to use it. I've also used it with people even recently around illness, to either mark the beginning of a healing process or perhaps the end of a healing process that, God willing, ends successfully. So there's all kinds of beautiful ways to use the mikvah, but an important one that we celebrate this week is for conversion. So I hope that was helpful and informative, and Chag Shavuot Sameach.